let's say you're on a ride with your friends. There's 3 or 4 of you. You're wicking it up in the twisties. Everyone's having a ball. Then you come up on an RV or a car and you start bunching up behind each other, right? What's happened to your speed? It's gone down, right? So when you go into that turn, it'll be like a basic rider course situation. You're entering, you've slowed as much as you possibly could for the turn, so you need to give it throttle as you lean, or else you'll fall into the ditch. So throttle's going to help give you more speed, it's going to widen your arc, okay? So you have to make the transition. If I'm coming in straight slow, and let's say I'm going behind that RV, I have to transition from brake to throttle earlier to make that turn. But then you get into a straight, you pass the RV. Well, now that's not going to work. So I'm going to enter, now I choose my faster pace as I enter the turn. There's just me and my buddies, I'm leading, let's say. So there's no one else to dictate my turn-in speed than me. So as I approach, we're riding faster now, okay, because that's the sport riding, that's what we're doing here. I'm going to use my brake, but if I'm going faster now than I was behind the RV. So if I let go of the brakes now, not only is my suspension going to rebound and I get less of a rich contact patch, but my speed is faster. So that's going to put me on a wider arc. I call it a slighter arc because I use slight and sharp. I just picked those words. So what we want to do is, as we go into the turn faster now, we're holding on to the brake. We're tipping in still on the brake. This is going to hold our weight on the front. We're going to control the spin of our front tire. We're going to change our geometry to make this turn. We're slowing our speed, and only when I'm happy with my speed and steering will I transition from brake to throttle. Okay? They call it trail braking because you're trailing off your brake pressure past the entry point of the turn. Okay? Used to be more thought of as a racing technique. It's not. It's the best straight riding technique there is. So the only difference, so the other video idea I have for my next YouTube, I usually do them when in the wintertime I can't ride kind of thing, is I want to explain that a little bit more. That the only difference between trail braking and regular braking for cornering is it has to do with your speed and when you actually release the brakes. Because when you release the brake, go vertically upright before you tip in behind the RV, you're using the same technique as you would if you held it past the turn in and released it when you were happy with your speed and steering out. And there's no question because there's no question because you're slowing until you're satisfied. And the traction works better for the turn. We get our body position in there, kissing the mirror. We got a vertically upright motorcycle. And then at the right moment, you just transition and power out, and that's it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what I'm trying to teach.